agree that everything sounds better in a language like Italian? For example, Holy Mother Rain would be Mamma mia foggia. Or think about this. Cold coffee would be Freddo espresso. Or beautiful Monica would be Monica Belluzzi. But the most interesting one is four-door. That sounds like Quattroporte. You'll find an abundance of style in this Maserati, and quite frankly, there is nothing in its class that can quite match it. Which is a good thing, because this baby, as tested, is $146,000 Canadian, and it's not even the top of the range V8 GTS. It is the Quattroporte SQ4, which means that it comes with a 3.0-liter 6-cylinder twin-turbo and an intelligent all-wheel drive system. Mated to a ZF-sourced 8-speed automatic transmission, the engine is as loud as an Italian taxi driver and as powerful as the Italian mafia. It makes 404 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque, so pulling power is really good even from low RPMs. Oh, it is fast. It's just not as fast as the V8. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour is claimed to last 4.9 seconds. But the best we got was 1 second more. Top speed is 283 kilometers an hour, but you'll never probably experience that on North American roads. Fuel economy is probably the only reasonable thing in this car. At 13 liters per 100 kilometers combined, it's pretty good. The performance figures might not be exactly complimenting for a Maserati, but don't forget that this thing is huge and very heavy. The slick silhouette hides its real dimensions, but at more than 5.2 meters long, it weighs more than 2 tons. It is a freaking limo. And inside, it does feel like one. It may lack the super high-end technology found in the German rivals, but when it comes to luxury and style, this thing just pushes the envelope a little bit further. The materials used are 99% fantastic, but there is that odd 1% that seems like they just couldn't care or be bothered to do any better, and that kind of pisses me off. But that is Maserati for you. Now, our tester model comes with a silk suit fitted by Ermenegildo Zegna. Of course, you know that because he's an Italian fashion designer, and you probably own a suit, or not. That gives you this very slick fabric on the doors and roof panel and half the seat, but that will cost you $8,000. The rear seats are as comfortable as the front seats, and even really tall people will be super happy being transported. The trunk is really big too. At 530 liters, it will fit a bag or two. Behind the wheel is a very premium place to be, and very few people will have the luck to experience that. Even at high speeds, this thing just feels like it's casually cruising. The suspension can be set to 2 discrete modes, sport or normal. Now in normal, it's softer, but it's still not super comfortable. But what happens is the trade-off is it kind of totally loses dynamic control. It becomes a floaty yacht, and that's yuck. What you want to do is keep it in sport mode the whole time. It is hard, but the handling is rewarding. I actually don't mind the rough ride because you also get that throaty exhaust, and this thing has a soul and it's trying to communicate that all the time. Now the exhaust gets loud. It actually gets really loud, which is nuts for a car of this caliber. But you know what? If it wasn't nuts, it wouldn't be a Maserati. Handling is as good as it gets for this size and weight. I mean, the car feels very agile and very playful. If you disable the traction control and the stability control together, you can actually have some fun power sliding. The brakes on this thing are massive and they feel great and they work even better. From 100 kilometers an hour, it came to a complete stop in 42 meters, which is really good for the weight. So at this point, you're probably thinking that this car is a masterpiece. Well, not exactly. First things first, this steering wheel is way too big, and behind the steering wheel, it is way too busy. I mean, I really love the fixed paddle shifters, but they also put the Dodge style volume controls behind here, and when everything is aligned, my fingers barely fit in between here, never mind bending to actually push the buttons. Then there's the naughty problem of the driving position. You can actually set it perfectly, but once you do that, the top of the steering wheel hides half the instrument cluster, so you have to move it up a bit. Also, I love how the seat supports the body and how they look, but all I can hear with the radio off is the seat squeaking. But then again, as I said, Maserati are not known for making very well-built cars. They're known for making really exciting cars and really beautiful cars. At the same time though, and in the name of Fangio, Maserati try to remind us of their legendary racing heritage. It is not the most sensible buy in the segment. I mean, the Mercedes S-Class is phenomenal, and so is the brand new 7 Series BMW. You also have the Jaguar XJ-LR, which is pretty spectacular. The thing though is, all those cars, even together, can't match this thing for style. And when it comes to style, nobody beats the Italians.